Welcome to Curious Salma. First, I want to start with a disclaimer. In this episode, I'm going to share some thoughts about my dad, who passed away 1 year ago to COVID complications. I understand that talking about COVID can be a painful experience to those who lost loved ones to COVID, and also to those who lost their parent. So I just wanted to tell you to take care of yourself if you think that this could be triggering for you. So I tried to do this the proper way and try to write my thoughts on paper before I record them, but I couldn't. I have been meaning to write this letter or send this message to my dad for a month actually, and I haven't been able to. So at the end of the day, I decided to just hold the mic and let the ideas flow, whatever it is. I honestly have no idea how it will turn out. It's kind of scary being that vulnerable right now. But at the same time, I think my dad would have loved it. There used to be some sort of joke between us because I'm as talkative as him, if not more. And if we're talking, we're arguing, he's like, leave the microphone for a bit. It was like a saying that we're both wanting to hold the mic and keep talking, So this is the first anniversary since my dad passed away in 2021. It's been a tough experience on all of my family, not just my siblings and my mom, but also my uncles who lost their brother and everyone who knew him actually. He was very good at creating communities. So talking about my dad is not an easy task. It's something that I feel like I have to do, even though nobody told me you have to do this. But it's something that I know I have to do because I cannot just let that day pass by. I don't know. There is a thing that makes me feel like it's been a year of this, of just trying to accept that he's no longer there and trying to accept and deal with the trauma of seeing your dad suffer, to breathe and to deal with everything that is wrong in healthcare, and just a year of being stuck in a loop, being stuck repeating everything that happened throughout the year in your head, not being able to move forward with work or with your relationships, or it affects everything. Grief is very consuming. That's what I found out in the past couple of years. It can fill you with anger and just cloud your judgment and make you unable to move on or move forward, as they say. I think what makes it hard is that we didn't have the perfect relationship, the one you see on TV, and I kind of always wished for it. So here's the thing, because I'm trying to celebrate my dad in a different way. This is an experiment with you guys, so bear with me. I remember during a lot of bantering between me and my dad, he would always say, so you think you got all of this by yourself, huh? You didn't get anything from me or your mom. You're just you're born like this. Being arrogant or full of yourself is not something that Ahmed's family tolerates. So that question was how I wanted to talk about my dad and be curious about my dad today. I wanted to ask myself about what did I get from dad actually. How did he influence my life through the 29 years of my life? My dad has been very social and talkative. He worked in sales, and I was told that when I was really young, he would take me with him because, a cute baby guarantees better sales. So he was always good at making connections. He was always good at talking with everyone, no matter which social class or status they are in. He's able to get there. He uses humor to connect with people. I realized that his sense of humor is dark because whenever I go out and repeat some of the jokes, the reactions would vary. And the older I get, the more I could see of myself having that dark sense of humor that he had. And I love that because it also it still says something about the person they have, smart wit and all. The fact is, there used to be a time when me and my dad were close, because I got him to push himself and take action for what he believed in during a particular time. And he was just following my steps, actually, and it felt great. The confidence he had in me. It kind of also worked as a motivation. Whenever he would tell me you can't do something, I would feel very motivated to do it and prove him wrong. So thanks, Dad, for all those times he told me I cannot do that, and I ended up doing them. I taught my dad how to take selfies. Do you know that? He used to send me these photos of himself, like no smile, nothing, like he's just very grumpy. And I would tell him, what's wrong, Dad? And he would tell me that's him taking a selfie. I'm like, that's not the way you do it. And I would show him that he has to smile in the selfies. And it worked for a bit. He sent me some photos when he's smiling. And I caught myself when I was having a selfie by the sunset in Tbilisi on the mountains. And I find myself smiling just like that in those selfies. I didn't think I resemble my dad, actually. I thought I looked completely like my mom. But I could see some of his features in me, actually. Isn't it weird? Like, once a person you love die, you start trying to connect with them in every single way, in every small thing. You keep remembering things they tell you all the time, thoughts and funny stuff, and stuff that used to make you mad when they were alive, like stuff they would say that would be you would feel like, not again. But now you remember them and you like laugh at them or keep them in conversations. I think I got his curiosity as well. He was always curious about different things, like computer. Like, I got my first computer when I was 9, and the internet and social media and whatever is happening in Egypt. Like, he kind of had a sense of curiosity in him when I think about it. I think I got that from him for sure. I just felt like I need to remember him. I need to say or express how painful it's been. I think I'm stuck in that month, in how sick and fragile he was. I mean, we knew that diabetes is going to kill him, but this was something else. This was a virus attacking everything within him at once, and his whole body collapsing and him getting skinnier. I've never in my whole life saw my dad skinny, saw his skinny legs, and him being mistreated by nurses and begging not to be in that hospital. I think I'm stuck remembering all of that, and it fills me with anger and pain. And my anger is not just repressed. My anger is mostly at me for not being able to move past everything and just move on with my life, move on with my career, move on with everything. I couldn't. I think I'm angry because COVID took a lot from me. In 2020, I was filled with anxiety, staying home most of the time, not wanting to interact with anyone because I didn't want to feel responsible for getting anyone COVID. And then once I started getting over it, I got the vaccine in 2021. I started to be active again. Things were looking good. And then this happens. I think I'm not here to inspire anyone or to give anyone anything, actually. I'm just speaking about how tired I am. It's very unscripted, I know. You know why I named the show To Fathers and Sugars? Again, I was watching an episode in The Boys, and Mother's Milk and Starlight were talking about their parents and donuts and how they would take them to the donut shop and ask them about their days. And my dad never did that, but I still know he loved me. He was my dad. He died at 59. He deserved better. I deserved better. My siblings deserved better. I think for sure I'm not going to release this. is. What is the moral of the story here? My pain is not just who I am, it's part of who I am. I miss him. I miss my dad, Baba. I started this podcast because I wanted to find my voice again. And this is me voicing to everyone that I miss my dad, that I've seen my family go through a horrible thing, and that we're all still dealing with it, and that you should get vaccinated if you can. You should get vaccinated. You should ask your parents and your family to get vaccinated, because hospitalization with poor health care is an experience that you will spend years trying to forget. Dad, if you were here, you would for sure not let me continue one sentence without interrupting me. And you would start on a sentence and then talk about it for like 10 minutes straight, no pauses. You would express a lot of anger at how things are right now in the world. And you would tell funny stories. You would share funny stories from your times as an expat to your adventures with that guy you used to work with. You always like to tell stories, and I think I got that from you as well. I am thankful for everything you taught me, Dad. I'm thankful that I had to learn some of these lessons the hard way, and that in your own words, you didn't want me weak. And I'm not weak. Here's to you, Dad, and the diabetes medicine you used to take with mango juice. And how you had little care for anything, really. You just did things your own way. And I wish you were here. I wish I was able to do this podcast with you. I would do one for you in Arabic specifically, because I know that's when you will shine. And I know I'll keep discovering things that I do or things that I am because of you. And I wish you were here to tell you all about them. And I wish you knew how much I love you. I wish I knew how much I love you. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry for our loss.